The article I chose is titled Unique Contributors to the Curriculum, From Research to Practice for Speech Language Pathologists in Schools by Rachel K. Powell. This article's main focus is to support other findings on how speech language pathologists, also known as SLP, how their role in school systems is fundamental. As an aspiring SLP, this article is intriguing in the fact that there are many different methods of practice in schools and methods of intervention available in the schools. For me, it just gives me a picture of what the SLP is actually doing. The ASHA, American Speech Language and Hearing Association, gives examples of critical ways for the SLP to contribute more to the students in schools. Examples are workload approach, which is basically like homework, so there's practice sheets on articulation or reading comprehension, and participation in response to intervention / multi-tiered system of support, also known as RTI/MTSS. So this means if a kid is labeled RTI, they have 3 or less difficulties in either articulation, comprehension, or something like that. If they have 3 or more difficulties in a certain subject like articulation or reading comprehension, then they visit the SLP more often throughout the week rather than the kids with 3 or less difficulties. Before I talk about linguistics, I'll say it's basically the study of language and its structure. It's like speech sounds, which is known as phonetics, words, morphology, sentence structure, the syntax, and the meaning of the sentence or words, which is the semantics, for example. The subject of linguistics is a complex and important part of a child's development, and this article hits on how in the school system, SLP's roles of integrating linguistics into the curriculum is needed. If students find themselves needing linguistic help, then it should be available for them at any time in the school year. Some studies showed correlation between teacher knowledge and student knowledge. So when the teacher is more knowledgeable on the subject of linguistics or phonological awareness, then the kid tends to perform better in their reading and writing skills. This shows how linguistics can make a big difference in the development of the child and how the SLP's unique knowledge on the subject is an essential part of the curriculum. Overall, the SLP's contribution to the students can make a positive difference, like we said, on the linguistic and the literacy development of the child. This article argues that school systems need to have a speech language pathologist on hand when a child may need intervention at any point in the school year. SLPs are the leading candidate when change needs to happen for the child in the school. And with their knowledge in the psychology field, biology field, and the linguistic field, they can fulfill that role of helping the child with the certain difficulties. Correlational studies have shown language disorders have an impact on the reading and writing performance in the classroom, which is obvious. By having the SLP who works with the kids who have language disorders in the school system, they can bring their knowledge and diagnostic tools to the children and help them develop into great students. So some teachers are overwhelmed with 25 kids in their classroom, and some students may need a little more attention than others. So by sending them to the SLP can be beneficial for the students so they can work on their specific needs and have one-on-one time with the SLP.